just had a breakfast meeting of the top 100 CEOs with the Honorable Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, and our Minister for IT-BT and Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Priyank Kharge. I welcome him again for this press meet today, and I extend a very warm welcome to all of you who have gathered for this press meet. I will just basically be taking you through the Bangalore Tech Summit 2023. What exactly does it entail? How have the previous editions of BTS been, and what is the way forward? So, as you all know, Bangalore Tech Summit it is event which came out of merger of two very significant events, BangaloreIT.com and Bangalore India Bio. These events were on for the last 25 years, and they were merged in 2017, and it was a very visionary decision taken by our current and the then Minister Priyank Kharge. He had only decided that we merge the two events and also shifted back to its location, earlier location, which was Bangalore Palace. This is not working. And we moved it back to Bangalore Palace. Ever since 2017, the event has really grown in size, in its impact and its influence in the sector, and it has become one of the major global business events. Internationally, there is a lot of participation from our international partners, and in fact, over the years, we've had 3 heads of state also addressing the gathering at the BTS, which includes the Prime Minister of Australia, of Israel and Switzerland. Last year, that is BTS 2022, which was the 25th edition of BTS, we had 3 ministerial delegations led by the ministers in person from Australia, Finland and UAE. We also had some very, very eminent speakers, including the founder of World Economic Forum, Nobel laureate Charpentier, and we also had Mr. Martin Schroeder, who is Chairman and CEO of Trindle. As I said, the international participation has been increasing over the years. Last year we had 17 sessions which were curated by other countries. We also had participation in the exhibition by international players. We had companies from US, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Britain, Denmark and Israel, and many more. We also organized B2B and B2G meetings for them and also for our domestic players. In fact, this is one of the strong points of the BTS Summit, that we have very good meetings and collaborations and business coming out of the summit. Just to put the international participation in a snapshot, we had last year about 17 sessions by our GIA partners, 104 speakers and 164 delegates. Overall, the summit saw 25,000 plus business visitors participating, 50,000 plus footfalls at the expo. We had 405 speakers, 9,000 plus delegates, and almost 28 workshops and product launches, which is very significant for any event. And I don't think any other event in India matches the scale at which BTS is conducted. Bangalore Tech Summit 2023, which is the focus of today's discussion, it is scheduled for in the end of November. The theme for this year's Bangalore Tech Summit, as well as the tech summits that will be happening in the coming few years, is breaking boundaries. There is a lot of thought which has gone into this theme, and we feel just as the technology is breaking all boundaries, BTS also has reached a stage where it needs to break all boundaries, grow really big, and it should go beyond any regional boundaries, industry boundaries, and should become a truly international global event, which is a power in itself. We have also announced, I'm glad to share the dates for the next 2 editions, the coming edition and the next 2 editions, which is in 24 and 25. The dates would be November 19 to 21 in both the years. We see that announcing the dates early on will help us get even better international participation. In conducting the Tech Summit, we have a lot of partner associations. STPI is one of our major partners for this. Mr. Shailendra Tyagi is here. We also have our own sister agencies which are our partners, and this event is curated by Active for us. The entire strength of the event comes from the fact that industry plays a very important role in this. They are our partners and our stakeholders in this event. The entire event is led by the vision groups on IT, biotech and startups, which are headed by Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, Dr. Kiran Majumdar and Priyank Kharge. In fact, this morning we had Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan as well as Dr. Kiran participating in the business meet with the CM. Mr. Prashant Prakash is traveling, so could not join, but certainly he is part of the entire ecosystem. And we have conference committees which actually decide the content, the participation and the overall flow of events. These are also headed by industry partners, and we have different chairs for each of the verticals. The other association partners who support BTS include NASCOM, IESA, Sky Bangalore, ABAI, ABLE. End-to-end, coverage of all aspects that the industry would want in any summit. I've already delved into most of these things. I would also like to highlight over here within the event part of BTS 23 as well. It is a 3-day event. We begin on November 29, November 30th and December 1st. These are the 3 days. Every day we will have plenary sessions as well as parallel sessions on the 5 main verticals. We also have a India USA Tech Conclave happening during BTS. Each evening we have opportunities for networking through the CEO Conclave, and we would also be giving out the awards in the evening functions. CEO Conclave on day 1 is on the IT sector, on day 2 is on the biotech sector, and day 3 is when we award and reward the startups. Startups is something again which is very, very they make a big part of our ecosystem, and Karnataka is the front runner. Majority of the startups that are there in India, more than 40% of them come from Bengaluru and rest of Karnataka, and we would like to support and encourage them further, create a conducive environment for them as we go ahead. These are our GIA partners. 30 nations have already shown interest in participating in BTS 2023. So this will be again a jump from the participation which was there last year. Every year we are trying to build on what has happened in the previous edition, make it bigger, better and more useful. Exhibition is also thematic. There are various segments within the exhibition. There will be pavilions for startups, GIA, India Innovation Alliance. Then for universities, academia, there are new upcoming sectors like drones, RoboZone. All of that will have separate pavilions at the exhibition. And of course, in this breakfast meeting that we had this morning, where all the industry leaders met the Honorable CM, Deputy CM and the IT Minister, we did urge to all of them to bring their global captains and to showcase their corporate brand at the event, bring in speakers, give their suggestions for how to make this BTS even better than before. So with this, I conclude my presentation on the BTS 2023. We are very sure and confident that it will be an event which will only be better than the previous edition, and certainly we will break all boundaries. I seek your support and active participation. Without the help of media, without a good coverage about our event, and media giving out the positive stories which have come out of this previous editions and the positive things that are going to happen in the new edition, the event cannot be a success. I seek your cooperation for this. Thank you.
There are 400 plus startups that have come, which are part of the startup grid from the Beyond Bangalore cluster. And Mysore, as one of the major clusters, has a balanced growth between the IT and electronics. there are 17 electronics and manufacturing companies showing interest in moving to or growing into Mysore. Likewise, the Beyond Bangalore mission of the government is taking a new shape with the leadership of Honorable Minister to make sure that the Beyond Bangalore will help the Karnataka as a state to create a equitable economic growth in the not just in Bangalore but also the emerging tech clusters. We are not calling them as a tier 2, tier 3. We are calling them as emerging tech clusters because they are going to be the emerging tech clusters, and with the current minister help, we are going to create a next 20-year roadmap will be created for those clusters for growth, and they will become an important constituent of the overall tech economy for Karnataka. That's what we are looking forward, and BTS obviously is a Karnataka's pride event, and in every session of every vertical session of this event, the Beyond Bangalore will be positioned. Thank you.
But because since we are already having an engagement, you'll have to hear me twice. I didn't want you to go through the pain. So, but anyway, since Jagdish has already put me in a spot. So, well, today the Honorable CM and the Deputy Chief Minister have announced the 26th edition of the Bengaluru Tech Summit, which is going to be held from November 29th to December 1st, 2023 at the Palace Grounds. And we have a very interesting theme for the Bengaluru Tech Summit. For the first time, we have announced the theme for the next 3 years. We've announced the dates for the next 3 years to ensure that there is consistency and to ensure that we have better participation from industry leaders and also from countries. The theme is breaking boundaries. So the idea of having this theme of breaking boundaries is to ensure that Karnataka maintains the leadership spot in technology. Currently, we are the 4th largest technology cluster in the world, and we are the 21st most innovative ecosystem in the world, and we need to get to the top spot as soon as possible. And the only way to do that is to ensure that we are consistent and we have a very, very strong policy framework and financial framework to back these initiatives. So today, most of the thing was discussed on to ensure that we are future ready for the world. So Bengaluru will not just cater to India, but it will also cater to the global arena. So there are 4 important initiatives that were discussed today, and 4 important initiatives that the government of Karnataka will be focusing through the Bengaluru Tech Summit. Number 1 is the skills. To ensure that we are future ready, we will be having an advisory committee, a skill council, which is in partnership with the industry and academia to ensure that we are future ready for emerging technologies. So whether it's AI, quantum computing, biomechanics, bioengineering, stem cell, any of the emerging technology verticals, we will have skill ready human resource. That is what will be differentiating us from the rest of the ecosystems in the world. Number 2 will be creating centers of excellence which act as incubators for innovations. So these centers of excellence will be in partnership with the industry. So we will be having centers for excellence in automobile technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, health science and medical devices. So we will be coming up with, within this financial year, we will be coming up with more than 6 to 8, close to around 8 centers of excellence which have already been announced in the budget. So these centers of excellence will act as incubators for innovators and also will act as skilling instrumentation facilities. The third important thing that we are going to focus is on creating global innovation alliances. I think, like Mr. Naidu said, that as we intend to grow up beyond Bengaluru, we also intend to have a larger footprint across the globe. So we have, as a part of our global innovation alliances, we have more than 33 countries as our partners. And we will be having idea exchanges, we will be having conferences, we'll be having ministerial delegations from different countries coming over. And more importantly, we will also be giving our startups market access to the countries, within these countries as well. So there will be a lot of buzz around the global innovation alliances in future. And fourth, and the most important thing is what Mr. Naidu again mentioned, was create a very, very conducive environment for investments across Karnataka. So our initiative of Beyond Bengaluru will be a game changer, where we are looking at cluster-based approach for region development. We will have vertical specific investments in throughout Karnataka. As earlier mentioned by KDM, we already have 46 companies that have started their operations, and we have close to around 130 companies that are expressing interest. Manufacturing is going to move out of Bengaluru. Already Mysuru has been identified as a semiconductor cluster, and more than 4,000 crores of investment MOU has recently been signed in CMs presence. And the intention is to ensure there is a much more uniform and structured growth for Karnataka in this electronics, IT and BT, whether it's skill development or investments. So besides that, of course, the mainstay, besides these four things, all these four initiatives are done with the sole intention of ensuring that we stimulate the startup ecosystem as well. So along with our other programs, these four initiatives will be given great impetus, and we will ensure that Karnataka is not only future ready for India but also for the world. Thank you so much.
Startups will have an opportunity to showcase their products, showcase their capabilities. Some investors will come and get impressed by them, and they will do the investment in the startups. That is one way of looking at the impact of this event. The second is, it's a lot of networking opportunities are there. A small company in Bangalore and could have a relationship with a company from Israel or relationship with a company in Korea. That will not come to the knowledge of the government, So it is not a direct investment, it is more of a creating a business enablement. And that impact will be much, much higher, which we will not be knowing. Right now, the overall IT industry itself is $95 billion from here. That has happened year on year. Like this only the whole things have grown. So that way, this will help the startups, this will help the unicorns, it will help the larger companies, it will help the MNCs to find the talent. It has a different factors are there if you look at the different sessions of the event.
ಪ್ರತಿ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೂಡಿಕೆದಾರರ ಸ್ನೇಹಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಸರಳೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಈಗ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದಾವೆ.
ಇದನ್ನು ಚರ್ಚೆಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾದಂಥ ನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಲು, ಬಯೋ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗಿಗೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸು ಭಾಳ ಸರಳೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಬಂತು. ಬಯೋ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೋಟರ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೀಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ರೂಲ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ನೀತಿಗಳೇನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಪುನರ್ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಂದನೂ ಸಲಹೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸಲಹೆನೂ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ತಂದುಬಿಡೋದು. ನಾವು ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್. ಸೆಮಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಬಯೋ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯಾವುದು ಓಲಾ ಊಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಯೂನಿಕಾರ್ನ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಇ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನಾವು ಸರಳೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಈ ಕೋರಮಂಗಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಒಂದು ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಷನ್ ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸುಮಾರು 10 ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರಿವು ಮೂಡಿಸಬೇಕು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಇನ್ಚಾರ್ಜೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳಿದ್ದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಂಚೆ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಿದ್ರು, ಈಗ ಡಿ ಕೆ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟನಲ್ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಟು ವಿತಿನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಟು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ನರಸಾಪುರಿಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೋಲಾರಿಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಕೂಡ IDD ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, MB ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ. ಸೊ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗೂ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಗರಗಳಿಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪಟ್ಟಣಗಳಿಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹೂಡಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬದ್ಧರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ IT ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡು ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸೇಮ್, ನಾಟ್ ಮೀ. ಐ ಮೇರ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನು ಪುನರುಚ್ಚರಿಸಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಬೋತ್.
ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, assurance is only on policy, progressive development. So avala assurance, when the government is not progressive, you need to give those assurances. This government is progressive, why do you need to give such an assurance? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮಗೆ.
Any questions from this side, please?
As always, will be inaugurating. We will have a lot of other chief guests, but that list will be out only in November 1st week. But the Chief Minister of Karnataka, as always, will be inaugurating.